Hi, everybody. Welcome to this week's edition of 3 Minute Thursday. I am super glad to be with you today. And today I want to remind you that you have the pen in your hand. You have the pen in your hand. And so what I mean by that is too many of us too often let other people write our story. And we also forget that our story is still being written. So there's really two things here. When we get caught up in the minutia of the day, the everyday, day-to-day grind, and we get tired, and we get worn down, and we get frustrated, and if it's just me, then thanks for listening. We have a tendency to forget who's in control, who's writing the story. And we play the blame game. I know I do. We blame other people for whatever it is we're going through, and they may certainly play a role. But ultimately, we have this magnificent opportunity to write our own story. We're holding the pen. No one else is. The only way somebody else is writing your story is if you allow them to do so. So I want to remind you all today, the pen is in your hand. What are you writing? And the other part of it is this. Your story's not done. You could have a bad day, a bad week, a bad month, a bad year. We all do, right? And we have a tendency to just throw up our hands and go, well, I don't know how I'm going to get through that. No point in trying. My friends, your story is not done. It's still being written. The chapter that you're currently in may be a hard one. I know it is for a lot of you. On the flip side of that, you may be having this incredibly happy chapter going on in your life right now. And if you are, make sure you're practicing gratitude and being thankful for it. But the story is still being written. The story is still happening. And we're the ones writing it. And I think that's great news. That gave me a lot of encouragement as I fell onto this topic over this past weekend. It gave me hope. It gave me this idea that I can be in control of my story. I can be in control of my destiny. I can determine how that story ends. The pen's in nobody else's hands. And I, for one, am excited to say publicly that my story is not over. And neither is yours. So pick up the pen. Understand it weighs a lot. But understand that there's power in it. And keep writing your story, friends. I will see you next Thursday. Please today make sure you tell somebody you love them. And as always, keep sowing the seeds.